me, like, when I'm looking at the 4 teams that are still left, like, the type of point guards that are in this championship are Steph, who's an alien,
Mm-hmm.
and Steph is the exception to every rule because he's so good. Like,
Mhm.
literally, he's too good to be included in this conversation. That's why he's special. He breaks the rules. The other teams, they have gritty point guards. Like, Brunson is a scoring guard, but
Plus, Brunson plays a supporting role.
he plays a supporting role. He's like, if he doesn't score 25, the Mavs can still win,
Mhm.
right? Marcus Smart is like the definition of a gritty kind of point guard.
Mhm.
Kind of like supporting guy, sets the table for you. You don't need him to score. If he does score, you're probably going to win. And then Kyle Lowry is kind of the same deal for
Mhm.
Miami. Now, of course, Miami's that we got to see if Kyle's healthy or not. That's going to be a big swing factor in the series. But like, what you don't see are like the Trae Youngs
Mhm.
in the Final Four right now. I know he made it last year. That's a different conversation. You don't see the Kyrie Irving types. You don't see, the Darius Garland types, the LaMelo Ball types. Like, like that kind of like flashy scoring. Even Chris Paul. Like, Chris Paul is like the one that really made me think about this. It's just like, can you rely on small guards to be your stars deep into the playoffs?
Yeah, I think that's a really good question, especially with the Raptors, because I think we were probably asking that question for all those years when Kyle was the lead guard on this team with DeMar, and clearly it wasn't until he took a more supporting role in that 2019 run where the success came. And I'm guessing you're asking the same question about Fred now.
Yeah,
and I think that's valid because if you're talking about the Raptors as a actual contender, you're trying to build a contender, Fred's doing too much on this team right now.
Yeah,
he's being asked to do too much.
And this, by the way, this is a distinction that needs to be made. And it's not that Fred needs to do too much because of an ego thing. Mm-hmm. It's the talent around him right now is either not there yet or not good enough yet or developed enough yet to the point where Fred can step back.
Yeah, I've always said, for this team
the issue
to be
is Fred
successful,
needs more talent around
He
Fred.
needs more talent. And, the ideal scenario is, honestly, he plays 32 minutes. He plays 32 minutes.
I mean, if we're going to continue the Kyle Lowry comparison, like Kyle eventually became like, okay, in that championship team, for example, right? Like Kawhi was clear cut number 1. A distant number 2 would probably be Pascal.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kyle was kind of like a third option.
Yeah.
Like Kyle wasn't even scoring like big scoring numbers. Like he would be opportunistically score.
He would be opportunistic.
Yeah. But it wasn't like we give him like 10 pick and rolls in a row, except for game 6 of the finals, by the way, which was awesome.
Right. But like outside of that, like how many like scoring, explosions can you point to for Kyle? Like even if you look at the game 7 against the Sixers, he did a lot of great things on the defensive end, right?
Yeah, it was like him taking charges,
scoring.
him coming in for an offensive rebound,
right.
setting guys up.
And Fred can do that, right? Fred's a great defensive player.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. You play him 38 minutes a game this season, and you have to do that, like you mentioned, because of the lack of talent on this team, and you exhaust all his minutes and his usage in the middle of the season to get yourself into a playoff spot. But then you have nothing left. He had nothing left in the playoffs. He wasn't even playing by the end of the first round.
Yeah.
Right? So
that's the first round.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about winning 4 rounds.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like Nick Nurse math was like, try to keep him in the high 30s. He wants to lower his minutes to 35. Like in an ideal scenario, Fred plays like 30 to 32 minutes.
Yeah, but I also think that like the role in which you need these guys in, like that's the thing where I'm actually pretty confident Fred has the skill set to be a championship winning guard. Not only because he's literally already done it, but like he has the exact skill set you need. You need him to really be able to defend. You need to be super disruptive defensively. You need to set the table for you offensively. That part could probably still improve a little bit more, but like he can definitely. You can't tell me like Marcus Smart's a better playmaker than Fred VanVleet. Like you're already good enough at that point, and he can definitely shoot the ball extremely well, and he'd be a safe ball handler as well for you. Like those are all good things. I think the one thing that's lacking is he can't be like you think about the guards who have like, forget even winning the championship, small guards who are the number 1 guys on their team who have led their teams to the championship, into the championship. It's basically like Steph, AI, and like Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, it's a very short list.
And that's going back to like the 80s. Was that the 80s? Again, I wasn't here for this.
Yeah, it's all blending in for me at this point.
Yeah, but like that's how far back. But like you had to be that special. And obviously we know Fred's not on that level, right? But can he play that supporting role in a championship team? Absolutely.
For sure.
And that's the part that I actually feel good about. But then my other question is then, okay, if you can't serve as that like championship star, 1 or 2, right? Then you have to question like how much of the cap do you commit to this kind of piece, because you do need to save enough room to add and facilitate all the other pieces. Like Marcus Smart doesn't get paid the max. Marcus Smart gets paid like 15, 16.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
no, I think by the time Fred's contract, you know, the next time he's negotiating, I think he has an option after next season, right?
Yeah.
To opt out of this one, like, you know, with OG, you know, due for a big extension next time he's up. You know, whatever you want to do with Gary.
I mean, he's got to like do it first.
Yeah, I get
otherwise he's getting the same contract.
But all I'm saying is like, you know, Scotty's going to be on a pretty good contract for a little bit.
Yep.
You know, Pascal is signed to what he is.
Yep. And that number is not coming down, by the way.
No. Yeah. So like, you know, to pay Fred the same amount next time around is going to be tough.
No, I don't think 20 is going to be tough. I just don't think like you can pay like the max.
No. You can't. And like,
but I also don't think the max is coming.
But the other thing too is like Fred's like such an outlier on the way this roster is built, right?
Yeah.
Like he really is the outlier. And, you know, you listen to Masai talk and he's like, yeah, he is an outlier, but he also has, you know, all the intangibles. You know, Masai listed them off. So there's clearly value there. And I do see the benefit of that. And I do think Fred is like weirdly undervalued now, especially by the fan base. Coming off, especially coming off the way the season ended. I feel like we forgot how much he did in the first half of the season.
Yeah, no, trust me. And you know, you can go back to this over and over again, but the first reports of him having any issues with his knees was late in January. Up until that point, he had played 51 out of an available 54 games. And he was leading the league in minutes. The 3 games he missed, 2 were COVID, and 1 was he hurt his groin after the big balls.
Oh, yeah. Leading to Goran Dragic's last game.
Yes. Leading to 1 of 3 losses against Detroit. But seriously, at that point, he had played 51 of 54 games, was leading the league in minutes, was averaging 22 points, like 8 assists, 5 rebounds, shooting like 40% from 3. True shooting was like close to almost 60.
Yeah.
And was leading the league in deflections and was just incredible.
Yeah.
Right. But again, like the thing is like, can you get that in from him in the playoffs? Because the thing with small guards to me is like, I keep watching this, right? Like you look at a guy like Luka, right? He's going to come into every game. He's going to methodically seek out mismatches that he can attack. So the 2 mismatches he wanted was, I want Aiden, the center, and I want Chris Paul, the point guard. Everyone else, I'm sure Luka could score on them. I'm sure if he needed to, he could, right?
But he was hunting for those.
He was hunting for those specific matchups.
Yeah.
And why is that, right? Number one, against Aiden, everyone knows now, the center has been exposed year after year after year now in the playoffs, right? They get played off the floor, all this other stuff. You saw, like, Aiden didn't have the foot speed to contest Luka, right? Luka was hitting all sorts of jumpers over him. With Chris, it was just like, just take him into the post and back him down. He's just too small. And that's the hard thing with the small guards is that, like, A, you're probably going to get picked on defensively. Like, B, when you are expected to score like a star, facilitate like a star, but you're a small guard, first off, can you impact the paint even though they're sending help towards you and even contesting you? Because you're going to have to really make up a big physicality gap and a size gap there. And the second thing is, it's also a little bit too easy to just, like, trap a guard. You can just, like, blitz them very hard, force them to move the ball. And at that point, you really need a good 3-point shooting around you to do that. And so to me, it's like, those are the things that if you can overcome these drawbacks and still play as a star, I mean, like, you got to be real special. You got to be like a Ja level kind of player, or like an AI level player, or even Steph, who I don't even understand how Steph does what he does, but he does it. So.
No,